Good afternoon. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Today is March 17th of 2023. We are going to be talking about Medicare Basics Part 2. I'm Stephen Herwire, owner of Herwire Financial Plans with Direction. After the disclosures and the market roundup, opinions voiced in this material are for general information only, not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance reference is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested in directly. All data is believed to be from reliable sources. However, no representation is made as to its completeness or accuracy. None of this is to be construed as tax or legal advice. Consult your advisor prior to taking any action. Last night, the Dow Jones closed at 31,874.98. Year to date, it's down a little over 4%. The S&P 500 closed at 3,960.28. Year to date, it's up 3.15%. The NASDAQ 100 closed at 12,572.25. Year to date, it is up 16.2%. Gold closed at $1,930.23. Year to date, it's up 5.87%. Bitcoin index closed at 24,983.32. Year to date, up over 50%, almost 51. US dollar index closed at 104.39. Year to date, it is up 0.87%. 10-year treasury closed at 3.55%. It's down 0.33% from its year start at 3.88. The S&P aggregate bond index closed at 199.05. Year to date, it's up a touch over 2%. Last week, we had discussed the fact that there is no maximum out-of-pocket for parts A, B, and D. That means if you have a major illness or injury, your family could go broke. For those who wish to avoid this potential fate, you have come to a fork in the road. The left fork, I'll just arbitrarily label as the Medicare supplement, and the right fork is the Medicare Advantage, aka Part C. Like an actual road, you must pick one path or the other. You try to sign up for both of them simultaneously, so it's going to be disastrous. And by the way, in this discussion, there's going to be a lot of generalization and a lot of omitted detail. If I get into all of that, you're going to be confused, and we'll be here for the rest of the day. And I know nobody wants to be looking at me for the rest of the day, except maybe my wife. Medicare supplements. The cost for this type of plan varies by company, area of the country, and which plan you select. It's generally more expensive than a Medicare Advantage plan. However, it does not cover prescription drugs. You get this, you must get a separate Part D plan to cover your prescriptions. When you're on this sort of plan, it's what a lot of people call the 3-card plan, because when you're accessing your medical and your drug services, you'll be using your Medicare card. That's the red, white, and blue one. Your Medicare supplement card or Medigap card, and your Part B card. And when accessing medical services, with some exceptions, Medicare will pay part, and Medicare supplement will pay the other part. Okay, Medicare Part C, also known as Medicare Advantage. Prices are all over the place, but many plans, and I can vouch for this in upstate New York anyway, the plans are actually, there's many that are actually $0 a month, and they include drug coverage. Here's the thing though, Medicare's got to approve the application. Now, usually they do, but when they don't, there's a good reason. Once approved, when medical care is accessed, the recipient and the plan pay all approved costs. There is a maximum out-of-pocket cost for the recipient when accessing medical care, but not prescription drugs. No matter where you go, there's no max out-of-pocket for prescription drugs. There's ways to mitigate the damage, but as of this recording, there is no max out-of-pocket. Most of the time, it is critical not to get a standalone Part D if you've got a Medicare Advantage plan. There's some exceptions to this. I'm not going to talk about them today. But generally speaking, if you grab a standalone Part D plan, whether your Medicare Advantage has a drug plan on it or not, generally speaking, Medicare will kick you out of the Medicare Advantage plan. This part is on the quiz later, meaning if you forget it, it could be costly. Now, a lot of people say, Steve, what's the catch? Why would anyone pick one over the other? Two catches: networks and out-of-pocket costs. Okay, the Medicare supplement, the more expensive one, the 3-card plan. In order to determine if your doctor is in network or not, you ask one simple question: do you accept Medicare? If they do, they're in the network, period, end. Medicare Advantage, you've got to check to see if they're in the network. Your licensed agent should help you with that. Otherwise, cost for the visit could be higher, and in some cases, you pay the whole bill. Once you're approved by Medicare, whenever medical care is accessed, you and the plan pay all approved costs. Medicare is not going to pay any part of it. There is a maximum out-of-pocket cost when accessing medical care, but as I mentioned before, not for prescription drugs. Medicare Part D. Here, I'm specifically talking about the standalone plans, but most of this applies to the Part D that's included with the Medicare Advantage plans. Okay, cost varies by plans. It's only usually needed if you sign up for a Medicare supplement. For the most parts, when you sign up for a Medicare Advantage plan, you can get prescription drug coverage, and generally speaking, I generally advise that. There are penalties for late enrollment into Part D. Now, remember, with Part D, every year you don't have Part B and you were supposed to get one and you didn't have anything equivalent, there was a 10% per year penalty. Well, Part D, it's 1% per month. And like Part B, if you are an individual or a couple with higher incomes, there may be surcharges. And as I mentioned before, no max out-of-pocket cost for you on the drug portion of any plan. Enrollment periods. People want to know, when can I sign up and am I stuck in the plan forever? This discussion will revolve around Medicare Part D standalone plans and Medicare Advantage, because for the Medicare supplements, there's all kinds of different rules, and I'm too complex to discuss in one sitting like this. We've already discussed the initial enrollment period last week. Annual enrollment period every year, October 15th to December 7th. You can make as many changes as you want, and whoever gets the application on or before December 7th of that year will be the winner, and they will cover you for the following year. Now, suppose you get to middle of January, February, or middle of March, and you say, hey, this is the wrong plan for me. You have a one-time opportunity every year in that first 3 months to pull the trigger and make a change. Once you make a change, that chance is gone for a year. If April 1st shows up, that chance is also gone. There are a few special enrollment periods. I'll talk about them quickly. If you move out of the coverage area for whatever plan you're signed up for, you have 65 days to get a new one. Number 2, the 5-star plan. If there are 5-star Medicare Advantage plans in your area, anytime during the year up till, I believe, November 30th, you can make a one-time change to change into the 5-star plan. And the last one is the State Pharmaceutical Assistance Plan. If you are eligible and sign up for your state's pharmaceutical assistance plan, then you also have a one-time option to make a change during the year. There are multiple other ones. So this part will be on the quiz later. Remember, around your 65th birthday, there's a 7-month window. Don't miss it. If you don't sign up for parts A, B, and D, you may be subject to penalties, and they may still apply if you're still working. What to do? Contact an independent licensed agent. There's no cost for consultation. They may help you avoid expensive mistakes. At the very least, you come away understanding better. Keep in mind, I am licensed in New York and several other states. So if you have questions, call me. I may be able to help. If you have questions, would like to schedule an appointment, you can use the schedule appointment button on the top of my website, herwirefinancial.com. If you want to see more videos like this, you can click on the red YouTube button that's at the top of every page. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And for those who prefer to use the telephone, my telephone number is 518-631-2569. Have a nice day. Have a great St. Patty's Day. Be safe out there.